This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, let me start it. So, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, yesterday we talked about the automation limitations, like what are the disadvantages of the automation and advantages. So, advantages, we all know that there are several advantages, but there are also certain kind of disadvantages associated with automation. So, one of the disadvantage is yesterday we talked about is pesticide paradox. So what is pesticide paradox? Pesticide paradox is a phenomena in which we are focusing on a particular area again and again, and because of this some of the areas are remaining not attended, or you know it's like that. If you are focusing on certain thing again and again, yeah, focusing on some certain thing again and again, it might be a case that you just have the focus on the repetitive things and you lose the focus on the new things which are going to be there. This phenomena is known as pesticide paradox. It means if the same kind of tests are repeated again and again, eventually the same set of test cases will no longer able to find the new defects. This is pesticide paradox. So how it's applicable on automation? Because automation, we have the scripts, we are writing the scripts, we are having the scripts, and if we are using the same scripts again and again and we are not modifying them, we are not making amendments into those scripts, then the chances of getting the defects are getting lesser and lesser, right? Because these are the same kind of scripts which will do the same kind of function, and if you execute them for 10 times, 20 times, then somehow um, your chances for getting the new defects are getting the lower. Although there is a big debate on this question that what is the final purpose of automation? Is it to find the new defects, or is it to build the confidence into the mind of the user that things are working fine? So this topic is highly debatable in that sense, right? We don't know what are the sequences or what are the consequences of this. So sometimes people says automation is okay. Sometimes people says okay, this is the limitation of automation. So you know we always have to see that automation cannot find the new defects is just to build the confidence into the mind of user, but it's debatable topic, right? So what I mean to say that in pesticide paradox, we are repeating the same kind of test again and again, and eventually with same set of test cases it's very hard to find the new defects. Okay, this is the one of the limitation of uh, this is one of the limitation for automation. So how to overcome this limitation? Anyone? Nilima, you know how to overcome this limitation?
Um, I don't know, sir. Maybe we need to update our automations.
Exactly. This is the thing. We have to update our test cases from time to time, and every time we have to update them. So this is one of the the thing that we can do with automation cases. So we have to update them, we have to maintain them, we have to add new and new things from time to time, so that these defects can identify, these automation scripts can identify some new defects. Okay,
Yes.
you understood about pesticide paradox, or any question in that?
Uh, yes, sir. I understood. I don't have
Okay,
doubts.
now the question is 100% of automation. What do you think? 100% of automation is achievable or not, Nilima?
Maybe it can achievable, but maybe it's 100% we can't achievable. Maybe 90 or 80% we can achieve. Still, we have to if we have any new functionalities are added, we have to wait until those are stable.
Mhm.
Um,
So how much percentage of automation is there in your new project? or in your current project in which you are working, how much
Um,
percent of automation you have achieved?
uh, 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 I don't know, sir.
So
How
you
how,
never
how we
never
measure in
calculated.
case of percentage means
So you never calculated how much is the automation percentage in any team, in
no,
your
sir.
team? Okay.
No.
So usually it's 100% automation is not achievable. This is said, like it is not possible. Why we are saying 100% of automation is not achievable? Because usually we are not automating the features which are not good candidate for regression. Because yesterday we talked about that. We are automating which
Yes.
are good for regression purpose. So
Okay.
if the things are not good for regression purpose, it's not making much sense because we are not getting the good ROI for them. So that's why in
Okay.
order to maintain the ROI or to get the proper ROI, we are not automating the things uh, uh, which are not good candidates of regression, right? So that's
Okay.
why we are saying 100% automation is not achievable. Please write down this note in your copy or notebook.
Okay.
Question is 100% automation is achievable? And the answer is 100% automation is not achievable. 100% automation is not achievable because we are only automating the
Mm.
things which are important for regression purpose. We are not automating the things or not automating the features for which return on investment is low.
Yes.
Okay, so you understood this 100% automation is not achievable. There are some other reasons also by which 100% automation is not achievable, and these reasons are
Okay.
installation and setting up the things are sometimes very hard. So that's why like we cannot automate something 100%. New features, first we want them to be stable, right? Then only we start the automation. So that's also one of the reason that 100% automation is not achievable.
Sir, how we calculate automation percentage, sir?
So for calculating the automation percentage, what you have to do is, I can tell you. So where you are documenting your test cases, is it a test tool or is a test management tool or is it Excel
Jira.
sheet? Is it Confluence?
Jira.
In Jira. In Jira. And what you are using? Are you using any plugin or what?
In Confluence page, we are writing our test scripts, sir.
Confluence page. Okay. So in Confluence page, for example, you are writing your test cases.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the manual test cases which you are writing, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like this can be n number of test cases,
Okay.
right? So these are the manual test cases. And for all these test cases, what you doing? You are writing all the regression things which are important from regression purpose and which are agreed by the product owner as well, right? So
of,
product owner must also agree on the fact that these are the test cases. Okay, so these are the manual test cases, and then here you are creating a column which says automated yes or no.
okay,
Automated yes
okay,
or no. And here you
okay,
can put, okay, the first is automated, then yes, and second is not automated, no. Third is automated,
okay,
yes. Fourth is automated, yes. Five is automated, yes. And then at the
okay,
end, you are calculating how many total number of manual test cases you have. So five,
fine.
okay. And how many are automated? Four. And then you are
Yes.
calculating the percentage. So if you are
Okay,
multiplying it by 100, so it is coming 80% of the automation coverage is there.
okay,
Okay.
okay. Yes.
So that's why 100% automation coverage is not achievable. Now, next topic is concept of stressed pyramid. So have you heard about this concept? What test pyramids are and what is the concept of test pyramid?
As it's from manual testing is the lowest layer, then no, unit test and integration and API testing and manual testing. For top to bottom, the increase of the cost is increased in testing pyramid. So I just
Yeah. So at the bottom we have the unit test, and as we are reaching the up, right? So
uh,
as we are reaching, oh no, not this one. As we are reaching the top, we
mm,
have the different layers. So this layer is the unit test, other one is integration test, and here is end-to-end test, and on the top exploratory test. What it means, as we are going from bottom to top, the test should be less in number. The test should be less in number.
okay,
Okay. And what is the reason for that? So what exactly it means? It means unit tests are greater than integration test, integration are greater than
end to
end-to-end
end.
test, and end-to-end test should be greater than exploratory test. Okay, or you can say that more coverage should be there on the lower level. So lower level is the unit level. So here you can see the coverage is more,
Okay,
and then lesser coverage on integration level. As you go up, it will be lesser, and then lesser coverage on end-to-end, and at the end on top exploratory testing is there. So you have the least coverage here. What is the reason for that?
uh, complexity and cost.
Complexity. Okay, can you explain what complexity means here?
Uh, in unit tests are we are writing on individual units. So here for integration tests and end to end tests, we have to combine the units and uh, um,
Okay, so the first thing is the reason is cost associated with that, right? What I mean
yes,
by cost? Cost means how much time you need to, execute them, right? Execution time is also very important. And how much time you need to write them. So for end-to-end test, have you observed this thing that unit tests are very fast in nature, end-to-end tests are taking a lot of time?
yes sir,
Have you observed this thing?
yes sir, unit tests are fast.
Unit tests are faster, end-to-end tests are taking
It will
much more time. So in very
uh,
complex projects, it's like that unit tests are taking around like 10 minutes or 20 minutes, and then end-to-end tests they are taking 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, and so on. So that's why it's better to cover more and more thing with the unit test because they are fast in nature. And as they are quite fast, we are getting feedback very prompt, right? But
okay,
that's not the case with end-to-end test. You need a lot of time for run them.
okay.
And then there is a lot of maintenance cost associated with that. What do you mean by maintenance cost?
Maybe we need people to do end-to-end tests. Uh,
Maintenance cost means you have seen that
uh,
like when you are running the UI test, some tests are
mhm.
flaky in nature. They are getting failed, right, from
Okay.
time to time. So this is associated with the cost. Like as these tests are very flaky, you need a lot of time to maintain them. A proper maintenance is required, and that's why end-to-end tests are more flakier in nature and needs more maintenance. But on the same case, on the same hand, unit tests are not so much flakier in nature, because this is something which is, you are not opening the browser or doing something. There's a method, and for this method you are writing a unit test, you are mocking something, and that's it.
Yes.
Okay, so that is one of the reason that unit tests are not like for the unit test, it's advantageous that we
We
write
don't
more
need
and
to
more
open
unit
a
tests. Yeah.
browser and simply calling that method, and we will run using
Uh,
mocking data.
yeah, exactly. So this is very important that whenever we are considering the test pyramid concept, you should understand what are the different kind of tests in an application. So unit integration end-to-end test, which kind of tests are very fast. So unit tests are very fast, end-to-end tests are
Yes.
very slow. And then what kind of test should be more in application? So unit test as a base of pyramid, that should be broader. And as we are going on the top, this should be going as narrower and narrower. Okay, so now you understand the concept of test pyramids.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Sir,
write down.
integration means combining the. Somehow I'm not comfortable on manual testing, so so in integration tests we are combining the. How is the integration tests in going on in real time?
Integration test is certain kind of test in which basically you have an API, and for this API you are verifying certain kind of
So we
response.
are verifying the flow of our application in different layers on our project, from like
Exactly,
UI to
from one, yeah,
API,
exactly,
API to database.
exactly,
Like,
exactly. Yeah, this is the thing, because you see whatever you can see on the UI. For example, you are making a transaction. You are just consider it's a registration form. And
mm-hmm,
once the registration form, you are putting your first name, you are putting your last name, you are putting the country, you are putting something something, and then you are clicking on submit button. And once
mm-hmm,
you are clicking on the submit button, the data is getting saved and you are coming to a different screen, for example the homepage screen or whatever,
okay.
right? So in the whole scenario, you see there are different layers on which we are interacting. The first is the user interface, right? From this user
Mm-hmm.
interface, might be these things are getting stored in DB, right? So there is an API which is going to save all these things on DB, on the database, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I know this API, the REST API, and if I write a automation test for this REST API, which can capture the response, which can, you know, validate that if I'm sending these parameters in that request, I will get that kind of response. So this is known as an integration test, because I'm integrating with multiple layers. I'm integrating with UI, and then UI from DB, and DB from middleware. So all these things. So these are known
Okay.
as integration test, where we are interacting with multiple layers basically. Okay.
Okay. So,
So
if we are interacting with multiple pages in our project, like home page, with the login page to home page to dashboard page, the dashboard page to log out and check out, these are the end-to-end tests, right?
these are end-to-end tests. Yes.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So this is done.
Yes.
The next things are the features which cannot be automated by Selenium or any UI tool. So it's just not Selenium, it's any UI tool by which you can automate. So it can be Playwright, it can be something. So for
Mm,
example, capture related scenarios we cannot do, audio video quality we cannot do,
mhm.
barcode reading we cannot do, biometric scenarios we cannot do, embedded testing we cannot do, hardware testing we cannot do, device testing we cannot do, OTP related things we cannot do. Silverlight is kind of a flash or something. This cannot do. Flex application we cannot do. So all these things are related with limitations of UI automation. So many things we can't do, right? There are
Yes.
many things which cannot be done with the help of automation. So these are the known limitations basically, right? So there are many things that you can't do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh, any scenario that you have observed in your organization where you cannot do the automation, which is not automated, which cannot be automated?
Mm, it's like we have a multi-factor authentication, so
Mhm.
we didn't automate that in multi-factor authentication.
Yeah, multi-factor, certainly multi-factor authentication cannot be automated. So these are the few scenarios.
Yes.
Now, if you have the flaky test in UI or end-to-end test, then what you can do to fix those flaky tests, right? So there are few steps that you can consider to remove the flakiness of the test. So first thing is test should be small. Don't write
Mhm.
very complex, very big test. Rather, always see, can we break this test into small pieces?
Mm.
What's the possibility for it? So always try to make the test small. Then run the
Mm.
test regularly. Always try to run the test on very regular cadence and see how everything is going on and suggest if something is not getting passed, something is
Mhm.
getting failed, then always see like what we can do to make it pass and so on, right?
Okay.
Separate the flaky test and run the flaky test, you know, for the flaky test, always see like weights are proper or not. Are we using any concurrency or not? Environment is set up or not? So all those things you need to check for the flaky test, and then you can make the flaky test bit more stable.
Flaky tests
So
are which are not in stable in nature, right, sir?
yeah, which are not stable in nature. So sometimes in the UI you see like with this flaky test you are going to see like if you are clicking something and then these tests are not clicking somewhere. So all those things are considered as the flaky test.
Okay.
Okay, so today we have completed this automation prerequisite kind of a thing, and from next
Mhm.
classes we will directly jump into the TypeScript because I don't want to start it today because then we will not be completed. So now in our next classes we will see how we can install TypeScript and how we can start playing with the TypeScript.
Okay. Sir, uh, can I get these materials, sir?
Yeah, I will post this material in this channel, or you can always ask this Isha Training Solutions to get this material.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay, Nilima?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Any other question?
um, Actually, Monday I'll have an interview. So,
Which company is there? Which company is this?
here, sir, local to Omaha only.
Okay. And what they are looking for?
They are looking for automation engineers.
Okay. Okay. What is the JD
Yeah.
for this company? Do you have seen this JD?
Uh, yes, sir. In JD, they are looking for basic features, but they want container. They prefer to test in container-based applications and JavaScript, and and they are not. They prefer to Playwright. Prefer,
Mhm.
but remaining things are common in anything. So I don't have anything experience on Jmeter also. They preferred. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's fine. So just give it
Yeah.
a try
No,
and
yeah. And
okay.
API
Then
testing. Good for.
yeah, API testing. Yeah. So what maybe I can stop the recording now.